Have you ever felt stuck in life, dreaming big, but too afraid to take the first step? Or maybe you're searching for a way to become the best version of yourself. Life isn't always easy, but here's the truth. You have the power to change it, and it all starts with you. In this video, I'll share with you 8 profound lessons that, if you truly understand and apply, will completely transform the way you see life. From accepting that greatness requires sacrifice to realizing that comfort is the greatest enemy of growth, these lessons aren't just empty theories. They're backed by real stories, timeless wisdom, and philosophies that have stood the test of time. These lessons are inspired by the wisdom of ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, combined with the real-life journeys of modern icons like Oprah Winfrey and Kobe Bryant. They're not just ideas, they're tools you can use to change your life starting today. Don't skip a single part of this video, because each lesson is a crucial piece of the puzzle that will help you create the life you've always dreamed of. Watch until the end, and I promise you'll walk away feeling inspired, motivated to take action, and confident that you have what it takes to succeed. Hit play now, and let's embark on this journey to transform your life together. 1. Start now. There's no perfect tomorrow. What are you waiting for? A perfect day, a perfect moment, a day when everything falls into place. No obstacles, no laziness, no procrastination. Wake up. That day will never come. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Yet, you keep saying, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is just a lie. You tell yourself this to feel better about your hesitation. A man named Richard once said he wanted to change his life. He wanted to start a business, get in shape, read more books, and live with discipline. But he kept waiting for the busy days to pass, waiting for inspiration to strike, waiting for motivation to show up. One day, he realized a terrifying truth. 10 years had passed, and he was still waiting. 10 years, and he was still standing in the same place, still the same person, still making promises to himself that never became reality. Are you like Richard? Are you trapped in the cycle of procrastination? Face the truth. You don't lack time. You have plenty of time. What you lack is determination. What you lack is discipline. You don't take action not because you can't, but because you don't want to deal with discomfort, with difficulty. You want things to be easy. But life doesn't work that way. Seneca once said, "While we are postponing, life speeds by. While you wait, life moves forward, and by the time you realize it, it's already far ahead of you." Understand this: there will never be a perfect start. There will always be reasons to hesitate. You will always feel unprepared, inexperienced, not good enough. But no one is ever truly ready for the important things in life. Readiness doesn't come first, it comes after. You gain skill by practicing. You gain experience by diving in. You grow by taking action. You might think, but what if I fail? Let me tell you this. Failure won't kill you, but procrastination will kill your dreams. Fear is just a shadow. It only has power if you let it control you. But if you act, if you step forward, if you take responsibility for your own life, fear will fade. It won't disappear, but it will no longer hold you back. Remember the parable of the servant in the Bible, the one who was entrusted with money to invest. Two of them used their money wisely and made a profit. But the third, out of fear, buried his share in the ground. When the master returned, he rebuked him not for losing money, but for doing nothing. What are you doing with your opportunities? Are you using them, or are you burying them beneath layers of hesitation and fear? What is it that you want to do? Write a book, start a business, learn a new skill, change your habits. No one cares about what you want to do. The only thing that matters is whether you actually do it. Want, change, act now. Open your laptop and type the first sentence. Walk into the GYM. Make the phone call you've been putting off for months. Move right now. There is no perfect moment. There is only perfect action. And perfect action is action taken immediately. And when tomorrow comes, will you say, "I'll start tomorrow again," or will you act now? The choice is yours. But remember this, there is only one road to greatness, and that road is paved with action. And that journey begins in the very first moment of a new day. 2. Master the morning, master the day. The first light of dawn doesn't just signal the start of a new day, it offers you a choice. In those early moments, you decide the tone for everything that follows. Will you rise with purpose, ready to take command of your life? Or will you let procrastination, Louisiana Zinus, and excuses dictate your path? The morning is not just a part of your day. It is the decisive moment that determines how the rest of it unfolds. Think of a warrior preparing for battle. His armor is not yet polished, his sword still sheathed. If he hesitates, if he falters, the enemy will gain the upper hand, and so it is with you. The moment your alarm rings, the battle begins not against an external foe, but against the silent whispers of your own mind. Just more minutes, or I'll start tomorrow. These are not harmless thoughts. They are the seeds of defeat. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." This isn't just about a job or a paycheck. It's about fulfilling your duty to yourself, to your potential, and to the life you want to create. The morning is your proving ground, and every decision you make in those first moments shapes not only your day but your character. Consider Sarah, a young professional struggling with her routine. Every morning, she would hit snooze twice, sometimes 3 times. She'd rush through her morning, skipping breakfast, barely prepared for the day ahead. By the time she reached work, she felt drained, unmotivated, and perpetually behind. But one day, she decided enough was enough. She set her alarm for 6 a.m. alarm and promised herself she would get up the moment it rang. The first day was hard. Her body screamed for more sleep and her mind begged for comfort. But she resisted. She got up, drank a glass of water, and went for a short walk. By the end of the week, her mornings were no longer chaotic. They were purposeful, structured, and empowering. Her days transformed because she mastered her mornings. The lesson is simple but profound. Wake up when the alarm goes off. Don't bargain with laziness. Don't give procrastination a foothold. The act of rising, of standing up and taking that first step, is a declaration of control over your life. It's a small victory, but one that sets the stage for greater triumphs throughout the day. As the morning goes, so goes the day. If you start with hesitation, your day will be filled with hesitation. But if you start with action, your day will be filled with momentum. Small actions compound into great achievements, and the first action of the day, getting out of bed, sets the tone for everything else. You are the warrior of your life, and the battle begins the moment you open your eyes. So rise, take control, and master your morning. Because when you master the morning, you master the day. 3. Prioritize discipline over emotion. Every great achievement in history has one thing in common. It was built on discipline, not emotion. The towering skyscrapers of New York, the timeless works of Michelangelo, the revolutionary discoveries of Marie Curie, of these were the result of fleeting feelings or bursts of motivation. They were the product of consistent, disciplined action, carried out day after day, regardless of how these individuals felt in the moment. This is the truth we must all confront. Your emotions may inspire you, but only discipline will carry you to the finish line. Motivation, while often celebrated, is a fickle companion. It comes and goes like the wind, unpredictable and unreliable. One morning, you wake up feeling unstoppable, ready to conquer the world. The next, you feel drained, Delaware-feated, and incapable of even the simplest tasks. If you allow your progress to be dictated by how you feel, you'll find yourself trapped in a cycle of inconsistency, forever waiting for the elusive right moment to begin. But, as William James, the father of modern psychology, once said, "Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action." Discipline, on the other hand, is silent. It doesn't demand attention or validation. It works in the background, steady and unyielding, like the ticking of a clock. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed. It simply asks, will you show up today? And that's the question you must answer every single day. Take John, for example, a man who dreamed of writing a novel. For years, he waited for inspiration to strike, telling himself he'd start when he felt ready. Days turned into months, and his manuscript remained untouched. Then one day, he made a choice. He set aside 30 minutes every morning to write, no matter what. Some days, the words flowed effortlessly. Other days, it felt like pulling teeth. But he showed day after day. A year later, his novel was complete. Not because he was constantly inspired, but because he was disciplined. To embrace discipline, you must first silence the distractions that pull you away from your purpose. Social media, with its endless stream of dopamine hits, is a thief of time and focus. Junk food, though comforting in the moment, dulls your energy and clarity. Easy habits like mindless scrolling or binge-watching offer temporary relief, but rob you of long-term fulfillment. These distractions are traps designed to keep you stagnant. To rise above them, you must cultivate the strength to say no not once, but every single day. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, wisely observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Discipline is the practice of reclaiming that power. It's about choosing what matters over what's easy, what's meaningful over what's comfortable. So, the next time you find yourself waiting for motivation, remember this: discipline doesn't wait. It acts. It endures. It transforms. And if you commit to it, even in the smallest of ways, you'll discover that discipline, not emotion, is the foundation of a life well lived. 4. Your life is built on daily habits. Every great life is a mosaic, and the tiles that form it are the habits we repeat daily. The actions you take, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem, are the architects of your future. Whether you realize it or not, your habits are silently shaping your destiny brick by brick, moment by moment. The question is, are you building a life of purpose, or are you letting procrastination and mediocrity lay the foundation of regret? Consider the story of James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He recounts how a devastating injury during his teenage years left him bedridden, his dreams of becoming a professional athlete shattered. But instead of succumbing to despair, he turned to the power of small habits. He began with the simplest actions: reading a page of a book, doing one push-up, writing a single sentence. Over time, these seemingly trivial choices compounded, transforming him into a successful writer and a leading voice in personal development. His story is a testament to the fact that success doesn't happen overnight. As Clear himself says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." Your habits are your system. They are the silent forces that work tirelessly in the background, shaping your character and defining your outcomes. If you spend your days scrolling through social media, indulging in junk food, or avoiding the hard tasks, these habits will slowly erode your potential. But if you dedicate yourself to discipline, focus, and consistent action, even the smallest steps will lead to monumental change. Think about this: a plane that adjusts its course by just 1 degree will end up in an entirely different destination over time. Your habits work the same way. Waking up 10 minutes earlier to meditate, choosing a healthier meal, or dedicating 15 minutes to learning a new skill may seem insignificant today. But over weeks, NTHS, and years, these small actions compound into extraordinary results. As Aristotle famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Let's take an example from the life of a celebrity, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Known for his relentless work ethic, he often speaks about his unwavering commitment to daily habits. Waking up before dawn, hitting the gym, and sticking to a disciplined routine are non-negotiables for him. These habits didn't just build his physique, They built his career, his resilience, and his success. The rock story reminds us that greatness isn't born, it's built, one habit at a time. But habits don't just shape careers. They shape relationships, health, and happiness too. A father who takes 5 minutes every evening to talk with his child builds a bond that lasts a lifetime. A friend who consistently checks in strengthens a connection that endures. A person who prioritizes reading, reflection, or journaling grows in wisdom and self-awareness. These small, Colorado-consistent actions create a ripple effect, touching every area of life. The key is to start small. Don't overwhelm yourself with grand ambitions. Begin with one habit, something so simple it's impossible to fail. Drink a glass of water every morning. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Read 1 page of a book. Over time, these small habits will grow, and they will transform not only your behavior, but your identity. You'll no longer be someone who wants to be disciplined. You'll be disciplined. As the saying goes, success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small actions repeated every day. So, take a moment to reflect. What habits are you cultivating today? Are they leading you closer to the life you want, or pulling you further away? Remember, your habits are the silent architects of your future. Choose them wisely. 5. Greatness always requires sacrifice. Greatness is never born out of convenience. It doesn't emerge from comfort or ease. It is forged in the fire of sacrifice, discipline, and an unrelenting commitment to a vision larger than oneself. To achieve greatness, you must first accept a profound truth. You can't have it all. You can't hold on to what's easy and expect to reach the extraordinary. The path to greatness demands that you let go of the trivial, the comfortable, and the distractions that pull you away from your purpose. Think of Serena Williams, one of the greatest athletes in the history of sports. Her success wasn't handed to her, it was earned through years of sacrifice. While others slept in, she was on the court before sunrise. While her peers indulged in leisure, she was perfecting her craft, pushing her body and mind to their limits. She sacrificed time with friends, personal comfort, and countless moments of ease to chase a dream that demanded everything from her. As she once said, "I don't like to lose at anything yet. I've grown most not from victories but setbacks." Her story reminds us that greatness isn't about avoiding hardship, it's about enduring it, embracing it, and using it as fuel. This idea of sacrifice isn't limited to athletes or celebrities. In every corner of life, those who achieve greatness understand the cost. A mother who works late into the night to provide for her children sacrifices her own comfort for their future. An entrepreneur who risks financial security to build a business sacrifices stability for the chance to create something meaningful. Even in love, true connection requires sacrifice of ego, selfishness, and the desire to always be right. Greatness in relationships, California rears, or personal growth always comes with a price. But here's the paradox. The sacrifices that seem so difficult in the moment often bring the greatest rewards. When you give up what's easy, like scrolling through social media or binge-watching TV, you gain something far more valuable: time, focus, and the opportunity to grow. When you sacrifice comfort and push yourself to work out, you gain strength, energy, and confidence. When you let go of toxic relationships, you create space for healthier, more fulfilling connections. Sacrifice isn't about loss, it's about exchange. You're trading what's fleeting for what's lasting. As the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This is the essence of sacrifice. Enduring discomfort, criticism, and even failure to achieve something greater. Great people don't have easy lives. They don't chase comfort or avoid struggle. Instead, they embrace the silent battles, those internal moments when they choose discipline over distraction, purpose over pleasure, and growth over stagnation. So, ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice for the life you want? Are you ready to give up the habits, Colorado thoughts, or excuses that are holding you back? Greatness doesn't come without a cost, but the rewards are immeasurable. It's the quiet satisfaction of knowing you gave your all, the pride of overcoming challenges, and the legacy of a life lived with purpose. In the end, greatness isn't about talent or luck, it's about choice. The choice to sacrifice what's easy for what's meaningful. The choice to endure discomfort for the sake of progress. The choice to rise above the ordinary and chase the extraordinary. Because greatness always requires sacrifice, and the question is, are you willing to pay the price? 6. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Comfort is a silent thief. It sneaks into your life disguised as ease, Colorado convenience, and routine, but its real purpose is to keep you stagnant, weak, and far from your potential. It whispers, "Stay here where it's safe. Don't risk failure. Don't face discomfort." And while comfort may feel good in the moment, it is the enemy of growth. To truly evolve, you must step out of the warm embrace of the familiar and into the challenging unknown, where growth awaits. Think of a seed buried in the soil. For it to grow into a strong tree, it must push through the dirt, break its shell, and reach for the sunlight. This process is neither easy nor comfortable, but it is necessary. Without struggle, there is no progress. Without resistance, there is no strength. As Frederick Douglass once said, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress." The same is true for you. Growth requires adversity. It demands that you face your fears, endure challenges, and push through the discomfort that tries to hold you back. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before her success, she faced rejection after rejection from publishers, battled depression, and lived as a single mother struggling to make ends meet. She could have chosen comfort, given up on her dream, and settled for a life of mediocrity. But she didn't. She embraced the discomfort, endured the struggle, and continued to write. Her perseverance turned her pain into one of the most beloved literary works of all time. Her story reminds us that greatness is born not in comfort, but in the willingness to endure and persist. In your own life, Colorado thought may take many forms. It could be staying in a job that doesn't challenge you because it feels secure. It could be avoiding difficult conversations with loved ones because they make you uneasy. It could even be indulging in habits that bring temporary pleasure, but keep you from long-term growth, like procrastination, overeating, or mindlessly scrolling through social media. These comforts may feel harmless, but they are barriers to the life you're capable of living. To grow, you must challenge yourself. This doesn't mean taking reckless risks, but it does mean stepping outside your comfort zone. If you're afraid of public speaking, take the stage. If you've been avoiding the G, start with a single workout. If you've been holding back on pursuing a passion, take the first step today. Growth begins at the edge of discomfort, where you confront your fears and prove to yourself that you are capable of more. The Stoics understood well. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. When you choose growth over comfort, you build resilience, courage, and strength. You become someone who doesn't shy away from challenges, but embraces them as opportunities to grow stronger." So, ask yourself, where in your life are you too comfortable? What challenges are you avoiding? Remember, Colorado Mfort may feel safe, but it will never lead to greatness. Growth requires struggle, and struggle requires courage. Step out of your comfort zone, face the difficulties, and embrace the silent power of discomfort. Because on the other side of that struggle lies the person you were always meant to become. 7. Small wins every day make a difference. Change doesn't come in a single, sweeping moment. It's not the grand gestures or dramatic transformations that define success, it's the small, consistent wins you achieve every single day. These small victories, though silent and often overlooked, are the building blocks of long-term success. They are the quiet moments of progress that, when compounded over time, create monumental change. Think about the story of Mel Robbins, the author of The 5-Second Rule. At a low point in her life, she felt stuck, overwhelmed by procrastination, fear, and self-doubt. One day, she made a small, seemingly insignificant decision to count backward from 5 to 4, -3, -2, -1, and take immediate action before her brain could talk her out of it. This simple habit of acting on small decisions, like getting out of bed or starting a task, became the foundation of her success. She didn't wait for motivation or a big breakthrough. She started with small wins, and those small wins snowballed into a life of purpose and achievement. As Robbins says, "You are one decision away from a completely different life." These small wins apply to every area of life. Think of someone who wants to get healthier. It's not about running a marathon on the first day or cutting out every unhealthy habit overnight. It's about drinking an extra glass of water, taking a 10-minute walk, or choosing a piece of fruit over a bag of chips. These small actions, repeated consistently, lead to a healthier lifestyle over time. The same principle applies to relationships. A simple thank you, a kind word, or 5 minutes of undivided attention can strengthen bonds in ways that grand gestures never could. The problem is, We often dismiss small actions because they seem insignificant in the moment. But what we fail to see is how these small steps compound over time. James Clear, in Atomic Habits, explains this beautifully. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. A 1% improvement every day may feel trivial, but over a year, it adds up to a 37% transformation. Look at the life of Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His legendary work ethic wasn't built on massive leaps, but on small, deliberate actions taken every day. Waking up at 4 a.m., practicing his shots, refining his footwork, these small, repetitive efforts made him unstoppable. He didn't wait for game day to shine. He built his greatness in the quiet hours when no one was watching. The key to small wins is to take immediate action. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it will never come. The moment to act is now. Count backward 5 to 4, -3, -2, -1, and move. Start the project, send the email, make the call, or take the first step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Progress, no matter how small, is better than standing still. So, what small win can you achieve today? Maybe it's organizing your desk, reading a single page of a book, or taking a break to breathe and reflect. Whatever it is, do it now. Remember, success isn't about waiting for a big change to happen. It's about creating change through small, consistent actions. As the saying goes, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Take that step today, and let the small wins lead you to greatness. 8. You are the only one responsible for your life. There is an undeniable truth that we often try to ignore. No one is coming to save you. No one else is responsible for your happiness, your success, or the life you live. You are the sole architect of your destiny, the captain of your ship, and the one who must steer it through calm waters and storms alike. This truth may feel heavy, but it is also profoundly liberating. It means that no matter where you are right now, you have the power to change your course. Think about this. How often do we blame others or external circumstances for the state of our lives? It's easy to point fingers at a difficult boss, an unkind partner, or even society itself. But the harsh reality is that blaming others changes nothing. Complaining is a silent thief of time and energy. It gives you the illusion of doing something, but it leaves you stuck in the same place. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Take the story of Oprah Winfrey, for example. Born into poverty and raised in a dysfunctional household, she could have easily blamed her circumstances for her struggles. But instead of letting her past define her, she took responsibility for her future. She worked tirelessly, overcame countless obstacles, and built a life of extraordinary influence and success. Oprah's journey exemplifies this truth. Your circumstances may not be your fault, but your response to them is always your responsibility. In your own life, there may be moments when you feel stuck, trapped in a job you dislike, a relationship that drains you, or habits that hold you back. It's tempting to wait for someone else to fix things, to hope that life will magically improve. But the truth is, Washington, eating is a passive choice, and passivity leads nowhere. The only way forward is through action. You must take ownership of your decisions, your habits, and your path. Start small. If your health is suffering, take responsibility for your body. Begin with a single healthy meal or a short walk. If your career feels stagnant, take responsibility for your growth. Learn a new skill, Nebraska twerk with others, or seek out opportunities. If your relationships are strained, take responsibility for your role in them. Communicate, apologize, or set boundaries where needed. These actions may feel uncomfortable at first, but they are the seeds of transformation. As Mel Robbins famously says, "You are never going to feel like it. Start anyway." Waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, or the perfect opportunity is a trap. The only perfect moment is now. Take action, no matter how small, and let that action build momentum. Remember, life is not something that happens to you, it is something you create. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every habit you build is a step toward the life you want or away from it. The choice is always yours. You are the author of your story, and the pen is in your hands. So stop waiting, stop blaming, and start creating. Because at the end of the day, you are the only one responsible for your life. Want a better life? Stop waiting. Start doing. No one is going to do it for you. No one will drag you out of bed every morning. No one will force you to make the right choices. It's all on you. Stop making excuses. Maybe you think that's unfair. Maybe you think others had a better starting point than you. Maybe they did. But that doesn't change the fact that only you can change your life. There was a man named Jackson. All his life, he believed he was destined for mediocrity. He hated his job, but never looked for another one. He wanted to be fit, but never exercised. He said he didn't have time, yet every night he spent hours scrolling through social media. And then, one day, Jackson realized nothing was changing because he wasn't doing anything to change it. It wasn't because he had no opportunities. It wasn't because the world was against him. It was because he refused to take responsibility. That could be you. You can keep living the same way, keep waiting, keep making excuses. You can get up and do what needs to be done. But remember this, if you don't do it, no one will. If you don't change, nothing will. And if you don't take responsibility for your life, you will always be a bystander, never the one in control. Are you willing to regret it all? Are you willing to look back in 10 years and regret it all? Are you willing to let your dreams die just because you were too lazy to act? Are you okay with knowing you could have done better but didn't? If your answer is no, then the time is now. Don't wait another second. Don't look for more excuses. Don't waste another moment on things that lead nowhere. Get up and do what needs to be done right now. The final message we've just explored: 8 powerful principles that can help you master your thoughts, control your emotions, and develop the discipline to shape your own destiny. But none of it matters if you don't act. You can nod along, agree with everything, and then slip right back into old habits. Or you can stand up right now and make a change. No one is coming to do it for you. No miracle is waiting around the corner. It's just you and a choice. Stay stuck where you are, or take control of your life. If this message sparked something in you, don't just let it fade. Take action now. Write down what you'll do today to change. Commit to it. And remember, the journey doesn't start tomorrow, it starts right now.